Hey, what's going on? Guardians TBL here, and I hope you all are having yourselves a wonderful Sunday evening. And of course, a wonderful overall weekend. It's been a nice, slow-moving, lazy one for me. I actually got to enjoy this one, which is fairly rare these days. So I was definitely happy to get some time to myself. But today, we've got a couple of things to talk about. I wanted to get some thoughts out about Exotic Masterworks, how I believe they're kind of reinvigorating the grind for exotic weapons, while doing a couple of really interesting things to kind of re-incentivize you as a player to jump on in. It's kind of a continuation of a conversation we've had in previous videos talking about some of the upcoming Exotic Masterworks. But also, I wanted to bring some great news. If you're a fan of the music in Destiny 1, and certainly the music that has inspired the entire overall theme of the series of Destiny, this is going to be good for you. Bungie has officially confirmed that they are officially releasing Music of the Spheres. Now, you guys know this is a saga I have been following basically since Destiny originally came out. I love the music in Destiny. I think some of the arrangements that were created by Marty O'Donnell, Michael Salvatore, and of course Sir Paul McCartney, they came together, they made this incredible body of music for the original Destiny, some of my favorite video game music of all time now. And for a long time, we never got to hear the entire body of work. We never got an official release of the Music of the Spheres. I'm not going to go through the entire history of the project and, what happened between Martin O'Donnell and Bungie, with the kind of bad blood that built up there, the firing, the lawsuits, all that kind of stuff. But of course, in the years since, people have been trying to recreate the Music of the Spheres album, and a buddy of mine, OS Epsilon, has really taken the helm on that and deserves a lot of the credit for getting really close to recreating Music of the Spheres and releasing it to the public. And then of course, that all culminated last December when someone who had an original copy of the Music of the Spheres, an original CD, one of the 100 that was sent out to the world when the album was completed, when there were still plans for Bungie to officially release it back when Destiny 1 was coming out, some hero passed along that CD over to OS Epsilon, and we were able to get the full release of Music of the Spheres. It never happened in kind of an official fashion. I was super happy to get it, but I was always a little bit bummed that we never got any sort of official acknowledgement from Bungie for the beautiful work that these composers put in. And it looks like that's finally going to be changing. There was a bit of a panic on the Destiny the Game subreddit earlier today as the previous archives that held the leaked version of Music of the Spheres was deleted. OS Epsilon deleted his account. And so a lot of Guardians were understandably worried that Bungie might have been trying to pull some of this stuff down now that some of the heat had died off. But thankfully, Cozmo took to the subreddit to quickly post this. Hey everyone, we have plans to officially release Music of the Spheres in the near future. We'll have more details for you soon. And it went on to be explained that Epsilon had pulled down the previous post because he knew Bungie was going to be officially releasing the album in the near future. And I gotta say, I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I've already heard Music of the Spheres now. I still love that music and whatnot. But now that it's finally getting the official release we should have gotten almost 5 years ago, it means a lot of the supplementary work that was supposed to come along with Music of the Spheres is finally going to come out. Hopefully the poems, the backstories, the artwork, all of that kind of stuff that was supposed to drop with this album all those years ago might finally see the light of day. And I'm just super happy to see Bungie officially recognize the Music of the Spheres. After all, the construction of this album has so much to do with Destiny as a franchise. The music is literally the heart of this game. And I am very happy to see that we're going to be getting an official release sometime soon. I'll get my iTunes ready for that purchase. And getting this album after so long is like waiting for the time gates for the Sleeper Simulant to finally go away. But speaking of exotic weapons, let's talk a bit about Exotic Masterworks in the Destiny 2 expansion, Warmind. So we're a little over a week away from Warmind dropping. That's right, we are in the single digits for days now, baby. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about why I love what they're doing with the Exotic Masterworks system. So we've already covered in previous videos how exactly Exotic Masterworks are going to be working. Basically, every exotic weapon in the game is going to have a masterwork that is going to change the way that weapon works a bit. It's going to add a new powerful perk and might also change some of the stats on those weapons. But it's not going to work like normal masterworks. It's not going to be based on RNG. It's going to be based on you completing specific challenges with that weapon, including challenges that will require you to play certain game modes. For example, you may either have to use the weapon inside of heroic strikes against heroic strike bosses, or use them inside heroic adventures or lost sectors or any kind of thing like that. And I love that. I love that. First off, you don't have to rely completely upon RNG. Now, in order to get these Masterworks, in order to get the quests tied to the Masterworks, you are going to have to rely a little bit on RNG to get the exotic catalyst for that weapon to drop. But once you've got the catalyst, it opens up the new, it's basically an exotic quest line for each exotic weapon that's going to have a Masterwork available in Warmind. But once you've got the catalyst, it unlocks the challenge that you need to complete. It'll give you a little bit of a hint of where to go, and then you go and you utilize that weapon in the specified manner. And of course, doing that enough will unlock the full Masterwork for that exotic, which you can apply. It'll add that new perk to the weapon. It may change up some of the stats on the weapon, but ultimately it gives you a benefit that you are going to be fighting and grinding for. And I love the way this system is going to work. This is perfect because it caters to both casual players and hardcore players. One of the things they mentioned in the last This Week at Bungie, where they talked about Exotic Masterworks, was that everybody already has most of the exotics in the game already. They can't just take those away from people. You know, in a manner similar to what happened in Destiny 1 when Taken King came out, and suddenly all those Year 1 exotics were no longer viable in PvE. You could still basically use them in PvP. But when Taken King came out, you couldn't bring any of those Year 1 weapons and exotics forward. They're not taking that step, at least not with Warmind. Rather than making, those useless and making you have to go and fight for, a new version of those exotics or some item to bring them up, they're saying, okay, everybody's already got these exotics. How can we make these more worthwhile within the concept of the game that we already have? And the answer is Exotic Masterworks. These are basically going to be performing kind of like some of the Vanguard Mentor missives, those exotic quests back from Destiny 1. And they're going to be Bungie's way of not only giving you something new to grind for. I mean, shoot. We're not going to be getting all of the exotic weapons, their own Masterworks when Warmind comes out. They have confirmed that every exotic weapon is going to have a Masterwork eventually, but not all of them are going to be available when Warmind comes out. But we are going to have quite a few apparently available when Warmind comes out, and we've seen a couple of examples, like the Huckleberry, that new exotic submachine gun. That's going to have something to do with you running heroic, I think it's adventures. We know for some you're going to have to run heroic strike missions, and we know that the perks that you're going to be getting from these things can be fairly significant. The rumored one for Vigilance Wing makes it a full auto weapon. The rumored one for Crimson maxes out its range at 100. These are pretty significant changes, and it looks like Exotic Masterworks, more so than Legendary Weapon Masterworks, are going to be a way for Bungie to give you something to grind for with your favorite weapons, give you a reason to run their most difficult bits of content over and over and over again, giving you back some of that chase, while also giving you a reason to use the exotics that are already in your inventory. Now, myself, just as much as the next Guardian out there, I want all new exotics. I want new powerful weapons for me to chase after. I want a Yaller Horn for me to lose my mind over when I finally get it to drop. I want all of that. I want new exotics to come alongside the revamping of some of these older exotics. But I think this Masterwork system is a fantastic step forward to making the exotics that we've already got in the game, and hopefully some of the ones that we're going to be getting in the future, to make those exotics feel better. I really hope this isn't something like weapon reforging back in House of Wolves, where they add it in and then it completely becomes irrelevant, or they take it away the moment the September expansion comes out. This is the kind of system I want to see expanded upon, evolved throughout the history of Destiny. I want to see more new exotics come into the game that have their own hidden Masterwork challenges that you'll have to grind out in order to earn. That seems to be a running theme with some of the things in Warmind, between this and the ranking mode in PvP, having specific weapons that you can only get if you reach like Fabled or Mythic or whatever in the Glory ranking mode. You gotta work, you have to earn the power that's going to be given to you as a player. I love seeing that kind of thing. I love seeing this change in Bungie moving forward, and I want to see it expanded upon. Shoot, we haven't heard anything about Exotic Armor Masterworks. It's something that I think got pushed off from the upcoming May release into further off in the summer, and I would love to see this sort of system added to that as well. Overall, I think the way the Exotic Masterwork system is panning out is definitely the right step forward. I just really hope that the full changes, the perks that you earn after going through this grind to unlock the catalyst, to unlock the masterworks, I really hope that the perks are revolutionary for all of the other exotics out there. That they are going to make a significant difference where that full masterwork version of an exotic is going to be better than the base version of the masterwork, and it's going to be something you have to earn, something you have to work for. That is exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to a game like Destiny 2. Bring me back my grind, baby. But alright, those are just the thoughts I had in my head. What are yours? Be sure to let me know what you think of both the Music of the Spheres getting an official release by Bungie and, of course, the Exotic Masterworks system. We've had a lot of conversation about that for the past couple of days, and I really do believe that's a great step forward. They've still got some other things I'd love to see changed, but the Exotic Masterworks system, I think, is a great step forward for the way they're handling the overabundance of easy-to-acquire exotics in Destiny 2. But alright, it's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all of the latest Destiny 2 news we're putting out. But alright, I'm out for now. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.